This is part 3 of set 7 of our values and majorship enhancement drills. Let's continue. Number 41. The accuracy and consistency with which a measuring device measures what it intends to measure is letter A, objectively, letter B, reliability, letter C, self-confidence survey, and letter D, ethical dilemma. Your answer should be letter B. Reliability refers to the consistency of a measurement tool over time. So, a reliable test gives the same results under consistent conditions. So, yan yung definition ng reliability yang sa item number 41. Yung letter A, objectivity, refers to the neutrality of measurement, not consistency. Yung self-confidence survey naman is a type of assessment, not a measure of accuracy. And yung letter D, ethical dilemma, is a moral issue not related to measurement. Okay, number 41 is letter B. Number 42, what happens when a values education teacher models the different kinds of values? Letter A, she projects a perfect self. Letter B, she puts oneself above others. Letter C, she serves as a perfect model of values. And letter D, she is striving for values to be integrated as a whole, accepting our limitations. So your answer should be letter D. Ang mga teacher are not perfect. We are not perfect. Alam nyo naman yun, di ba? But we should strive for continuous growth and integration of values in our lives. So modeling values authentically, ibig sabihin nun, we embrace both strengths and weaknesses. Yung letter A, she projects a perfect self. So, this is unrealistic. No one is perfect. Yung letter B naman, true modeling of values is humble and inclusive. At yung letter C, she serves as a perfect model of value. So, nobody is perfect. So, values education acknowledges human imperfection. Kaya, ang number 42 ay letter D. Number 43. What subject seeks to develop desirable attitude and moral uprightness? Letter A, sports development. Letter B, technology education. Letter C, values education. And letter D, science and health. Of course, your answer should be letter C. Values education explicitly teaches moral development, ethical reasoning, and positive attitudes. Yung letter A focuses on physical fitness and teamwork, not direct moral education, di ba? Sa PE. Yung letter B, technology education, primarily focuses on technical skills, not ethics. At yung letter D, teaches knowledge about the body and environment, not moral values. Okay. Ang number 43 ay letter C. Number 44, respect is the step to every good thing. To find out your pupils' awareness of the value of respect. Which technique you use? Letter A, obtrusive observation. This is obtrusive, not obtrusive. Kaya may cross out yung letter S. Letter B, Likert scale. Letter C, role-playing. And letter D, simulation. So your answer should be number 44, bakit Likert scale? Kasi ang Likert scale measures attitudes and perceptions by asking students to rate their agreement with statements. Halimbawa, respect is important in all relationships. So, i-rate nila yan. So, agree, disagree, agree, strongly agree, tapos neutral, tapos disagree, strongly disagree. Something like that. So, like sa Likert scale. Yung obtrusive observation is a direct observation that affects behavior and may not accurately measure awareness. So, hindi yun ang tamang sagot. Yung letter C naman, role-playing, develops values through action, not assessment. So, role-playing is not necessarily an assessment. At yung letter D naman, simulation, creates real-life scenarios or situations, but it does not measure awareness effectively. Kaya, sa number 44, ang sagot ay letter B. Sa number 45, materials on a program instruction should be put up to date and should ensure the students' need for blank. Letter A, personal and future experiences. Letter B, behavior as learners. Letter C, leadership ability. And letter D, social contacts with friends. So, ang sagot mo dapat dito ay letter A. Kasi, Personal and future experiences. So, program instruction should be relevant sa buhay ng ating mga estudyante at dapat inihahanda rin sila sa kanilang hinaharap, yung future challenges na haharapin nila. So, yung letter B, behavior as learners, learning styles are important but materials must also be personally and professionally relevant. Yung letter C naman, leadership ability is important but not the primary focus of program instruction. Yung letter D, social contacts with friends. So, learning should be individualized and academically focused, not just social. So, number 45 ay letter A. Number 46, which technique is an opportunity to get in touch with oneself and so heighten one's awareness of thinking, feeling, and doing? Letter A, disclose. Letter B, introspection. Letter C, affirmation. And letter D, centering. Your answer should be letter B, introspection. Ang introspection involves self-examination of thoughts, emotions, and actions na nakakatulong para sa ating self-awareness and personal growth, para mas makilala natin ang ating sarili at lumago tayo. So, kailangan natin yan. Pag ninilay-nilay, introspection. Yung letter A, disclose or disclosure, involves sharing thoughts with others, not self-examination. Yung affirmation naman is, it focuses on positive self-statements, not deep reflection. Di ba? Ang affirmation katulad no, I am good, I am healthy, I am smart, I am disciplined, I am blessed, or something like that. So that's self-affirmation. Yung letter D, centering, involves focusing on the present at not necessarily introspection. So number 46 ay letter B. Number 47, Mario is interested in studying whether children are reading skills. Diba? Awkward itong question na to. So the methods that is most likely to provide Mario with answers about whether educational programs can cause a change in reading skills in children would be letter A, case studies, letter B, interviews and questionnaires, letter C, an experiment, and letter D, naturalistic observation. Ang tamang sagot dito ay letter C. Kasi, ang experiment involves manipulating an independent variable. So, alin ba dito ang independent variable? Yung educational program. Para makita ang epekto sa dependent variable. Ano yung dependent variable? Yung reading skills. So, this establishes causation. Kaya, experiment. Yung case study is an in-depth but cannot establish causation. Yung letter B, interviews and questionnaire, it provides opinions, not objective evidence. At yung letter D, naturalistic observation, this we observe without intervention, no? So it's not suitable for testing cause and effect relationships. So number 47 is letter C. Number 48, Daniel is interested in studying whether children's educational programming affects children's reading skills. So at least itong second item ay medyo it makes sense na, hindi katulad ng 47. Same lang naman sila. So the method that is most likely to provide Daniel, di ba, Jojo, with answers about whether educational programs can cause a change reading skills in children would, letter A, interviews and questionnaire, letter B, an experiment, letter C, naturalistic observation, at letter D, case studies. Anong sinagot mo dito, teacher? Di ba pareho lang siya? So, ang sagot dyan ay letter B, an experiment. Kasi, like question number 47, an experiment is the best method to establish whether an educational program directly improves reading skills. So, at least dito, alam natin yung meron palang educational programming na nakalagay, na omit sa number 47 at na kaiba lang ng positions yung mga options, but still we answer an experiment kasi yung interviews and questionnaires, they gather opinions but do not measure actual skill improvement. Yung naturalistic observation, it does not allow controlled testing. At yung letter D, case studies, it's too narrow and we cannot prove causation. So number 48 is letter D. Number 49, I want to know the effect of parents' absence on their children's performance in school. What is the most reliable way to gather data? Number 1, interview of the children of OFW parents. Number 2, give parallel tests for the children of OFW parents and those of non-OFW parents. Number 3, study the performance records of the children of OFWs. At number 4, interview the children's guardian regarding children's performance. Options: letter A, 1, 3, and 4. Letter B, 2, 3, 4. Letter C, 1, 2, 3, 4. Letter D, 1, 2, and 3. Ang sagot mo ay lahat yan dapat. No, number 49 is letter C. Comprehensive study should include interviews with children of OFWs para maintindihan yung experiences or live experiences ng mga estudyante o anak ng OFWs. Yung parallel test comparing OFW versus non-OFW children is important para i-analyze ang performance, kaibahan ng kanilang performance, differences in performance. Yung study of performance records, it's important kasi objective academic data ang kukuhanin mo dito. 'Di ba? Yung record sa school. Yung interviews with guardians naman, yung number 4, this is an additional perspective on children's behavior and support system. So, this exclude, yung A, B, and D, exclude one or more important methods reducing reliability. So, 1, 2, 3, and 4, mas mataas ang reliability kasi pwede mo i-triangulate ang iyong data na gather. So, 49 is letter C. Number 50, which among the following institutions has the responsibility of promoting the Filipino culture and values on its implemented program? Letter A, school. Letter B, family. Letter C, government. Letter D, media. Ang sagot dito ay government. No? Kasi yung school ay under ng government. So the government plays a primary role in promoting Filipino culture and values sa pamamagitan ng mga polisiya, mga educational programs, and national institutions na katulad ng National Commission for Culture and the Arts, yung NCCA, at saka yung Department of Education or DepEd. Ang 1987 Philippine Constitution natin, yung Article 14, Section 15 and 16, mandates the preservation, enrichment, and promotion of culture. At nagagawa yan ng government sa kanyang mga ahensya sa pamamagitan ng school and itong NCCA. Okay. Yung school is incorrect kasi schools implement cultural programs but it is under the government guidance. Kahit yung mga private school, they follow the government guidance and protocol or standards, di ba? Basta nasa Pilipinas, they follow. Yung family, well, families pass down traditions but do not systematically promote the values nationwide. Yung media naman influences culture but does not directly implement government programs. Kaya ang sagot ay letter C. Number 51. The third feeling may be attributed as letter A, physiological, letter B, physical, letter C, psychological, and letter D, sociological. Ang tamang sagot ay psychological. Ang gender identity and sexual orientation are largely understood through psychological and social factors. So many theories including those from psychology ni Sigmund Freud, yung gender schema theory, social learning theory. So, they suggest that feelings and identity are shaped by mental and emotional processes. Diba? Malaking influencing environment dito. And of course, the family and community. So, but they are formed in the realm of psychology. Yung physiological, so this refers to bodily functions, but gender identity is more psychological. Yung physical, letter B, this refers to tangible aspects, whereas gender identity is more internal. Ang sociological naman, society influences gender roles, pero yung feelings themselves are more psychological. So number 51 ay letter C. Number 52. The third sex college population is growing in number and are now openly accepted in any group. What is expected from the teachers as example of mentally healthy individuals in the school system? Letter A. Identifying only the group that can contribute to personal development. Letter B. Treat them according to their psychosocial needs. Letter C. Understand and accept all of them. Letter D. Organize a club for them. Ang tamang sagot ay letter C. A mentally healthy teacher, nagpo-promote or nagfo-foster ng inclusion and equality. So, we treat all students with respect and understanding regardless of their identity or gender identity. So, this aligns with humanistic education and the principle of inclusivity na ina-advocate ng United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, yung SDG number 4, yung quality education. So, yung letter A, identify only the group that can contribute to personal development. This is discriminatory and it contradicts inclusivity, yung letter A. Yung letter B naman, it treat them according to their... So, while needs should be considered, this may imply special treatment rather than equal acceptance. At yung letter D, organize a club for them. So, while this is supportive, maganda ito, it risks segregation rather than full integration into the school system. Lalo lang silang mapapahiwalay niyan. So, for that reason, number 52 is letter C. Number 53. Which of the following is what the so-called women's lib is fighting for? Letter A. Equal role of men and women. Letter B. Exclusion of men and women's lib. Letter C. Liberal relations with the opposite sex. And letter D. Complete independence of women. So, ang tamang sagot dito ay letter A. Equal role of men and women. The Women's Liberation Movement, yung Women's Lib, short for Women's Liberation Movement, advocates for gender equality in political, social, and economic spheres or areas, and it aligns with feminist theory and the principles of equal rights and opportunities. Yung letter B, exclusion of men in women's lib, feminism seeks collaboration, not exclusion. Yung letter C naman, as this is a misconception of feminism. Hindi ganyan nga feminism, yung liberal relations with the opposite sex. That's a misconception. Yung letter D, complete independence of women. So, feminism promotes equal rights, not isolation from men. So, number 53 is letter A. Number 54. What are the aims of gender fair education? Number 1. Fostering respect for the abilities and rights for both sexes. Number 2. Developing awareness of gender differences. Number 3. Promoting stereotyping, what has been culturally perpetuated. Letter A, 1 and 2. Letter B, 1 and 3. Letter C, 1, 2, and 3. And letter D, 2 and 3. So, ang tamang sagot ay 1 and 2. So, kung nakita mo itong, dito magandang option na to, promoting stereotyping. So, number 3. Pag nakita mo sa option ng may number 3, eliminate mo na. So, ang natira na lang ay A. Kasi yung B, C, and D ay may mga number 3 na option. So, that's the process of elimination. So, number 54 ay letter A. Kasi ang gender fair education promotes equality and recognition of differences while discouraging stereotypes. We discourage stereotypes sa gender fair education. So, it aligns with the Convention on the Elimination of Discrimination Against Women, yung CEDAW. At naka-align din ito sa DepEd Gender and Development Program, yung GAD, Gender and Development. So, yung number 3, promoting stereotyping. Well, gender fair education, as I have said, challenges stereotypes and it does not reinforce this stereotyping. So, number 54 is letter A. Number 55. In which of these cases does peer pressure become most critical? Letter A. When the adolescent blindly gives in to peer pressure. Letter B. When the parents are unaware of their child's peers. Letter C. When parents disapprove with the peers of his or her child. And letter D. When the peer values contract with parent moral instruction. So, anong tamang sagot mo dito? 55 ay letter A. Ang blindly following peer pressure compromises personal values pati ang decision making, and it makes this the most critical scenario. So it aligns with Erickson's psychosocial development theory, yung sa stage ng teenager, stage of identity versus role confusion. Ay, hindi pala yun sa teenager. Ano pala sa teenager, no? Yung identity versus role confusion. So yung letter B, when the parents are unaware of their child's peers. So parental awareness is important, mahalaga yun, but not as critical as blindly conforming. Yung letter C naman, when parents disapprove of the peer of his or her child. So disapproval does not always mean negative influence. At yung letter D, conflict may arise, but the child still has a choice if he or she will accept the peers' values. So number 55 is letter A. Number 56, in assessing a value, which is the first step. Letter A identifies the desired level of effect on the targeted value. Letter C chooses an appropriate assessment tool. Letter C identifies the behavior that reflects the presence of a value. And letter D, construct item that measures the value. Ang tamang sagot dito ay letter C. Values are best assessed sa pamamagitan ng observable behaviors, measurable behaviors, as behavior reflects internalized values. So this aligns with behaviorist and constructivist learning theories. Yung letter A, this is a later step. Yung letter B naman, this comes after identifying the behavior. At yung letter D, this is part of assessment, not the first step. Kaya ang tamang sagot ay letter C. Number 57, the third sex feelings may be attributed. Letter A, physical. Letter B, physical. Letter C, psychological. Letter D, sociological. So ang tamang sagot ay psychological. Gender identity and sexual orientation are largely understood through psychological and social factors. Nasagot na natin yan sa item number 51. Naulit siya. Number 58. Dayan Bejarano is known as the founder of this educational philosophy. Sino daw? A. Perennialism. Letter B. Naturalism. Letter C. Behaviorism. And letter D. Existentialism. So this is an awkward question without the correct answer. However, tracing this item to the previous let questions, especially in set 6 of our drills, you can see the similarity in item number 87 in set 6. So the question is actually, John Watson is known as the founder of this educational philosophy. Si John Watson dito, na mali, hindi na-edit yung pangalan. So, which emphasizes observable behavior, reinforcement, and conditioning, diba? So his work laid the foundation for B.F. Skinner. Ano ba yung kay B.F. Skinner? Operant conditioning. So ang tamang sagot dito ay behaviorism. So if you chose letter C, you're correct. Ang letter A focuses on universal truths and classical education, not behavior. Yung letter B naman emphasizes learning from nature, unrelated to behaviorism. At yung letter D emphasizes individual choice, not conditioning. So number 58 ay letter C. Number 59. Which of the following values ought to be unchanged by the advent of global ecumenism, global unity? Letter A, personal values. Letter B, culture values. Letter C, social values. And letter D, moral values. Ang sagot? Letter D. Moral values transcend natural cultural changes and remain fundamental to human dignity and ethics. So they are rooted in philosophical and religious traditions, including Kant's moral imperative and the virtue ethics ni Aristotle. So, yung letter A, personal values can change over time. Yung cultural values naman, they adapt to globalization, at yung social values can shift with societal change. So, number 59 ay letter D. Number 60. What is the meaning of democratic cooperation? Letter A, grouping only with co-workers of your choice. Letter B, matters of common concerns are subject to group study and action. Letter C, speaking in group to the people. And letter D, each one goes on his own way. Ang sagot ay letter B. Grouping only. Matters of common concerns are subject to group study and action. So, democratic cooperation emphasizes collaboration, participation, and collective decision-making. Naka-align ito sa democratic principles and participatory governance. Yung letter A, grouping only with co-workers of your choice, this is exclusionary and not democratic. Yung letter C naman, communication is important but democratic cooperation requires collective action. At yung letter D naman, contradicts the cooperative aspect. So number 60 is letter B. And that's the part 3 of set 7 of our values and majorship enhancement drills. Let's continue in the next video.